All right, late video today. Had to do things today. October 27th, it is Tuesday. In the market we go once again. All right, let's take a look at the top gainers today. Top gainers were pretty good. 160% SSRK, SNMP 109%, TGC 46%. Mix between penny stocks, a lot of 1 through 10, some 30s, 20s I see in my list, 90. So a little bit of a blend today. And SSRK really crushed it. SSRK announced 7 a.m. positive proof of concept data from Topaz phase 2 trial interim analysis SRK 15 with patients with type 2, type 3 spinal, muscular, and then my cutoff right here. I'm watching on FinBiz. So this is really good news. I have about 20 million to 30 million float on different things I'm looking at. This news came out. This is a very simple move. It's a higher price stock. Had one big candle in this 5 minute. It touched right here. There's your 19 line. You have an 18 line and a 20 line. So when this comes up, you have a few choices. Let this drop. We'll come back down, maybe playing 1850, 18, like a candle with a wick right here that really falls, or you're trying to play the next line up. I try to play in between. It depends on what it's looking like here. So you could probably play right here, your 19 line. You play 19, even if it goes below here. The thing, if it goes below, when this is starting to move, I'm using my 1320 EMA right here. They bounce all the time off it. That's what traders use. They're 9. Just moved all the way up to 2650, we'll say. Found support at 24, moved up to about 31, moved back down, a higher low. Look at the lows getting higher, higher. Draw your line right here. It did break this trend line slightly and then went up after hours. They did have an offering. The offering, I don't think there's a price. They said within 30 days it can be changed. A lot of lip service within that, so it's kind of weird what they're saying. So on the 10 minute right here, straight up. So look how far you're from your 1320 EMA. Then came back down and rocketed up. This thing's a long all the way. There's no short. If you're playing the lower time frames, like 2 minute, you can do with anything there. If you want to short here, I don't play the lower time frames. I like to cut out as much noise as possible. The 3 minutes not bad. I'll go 3, 5, and 10, and then 15, early 10, 15, 30 to look for a later move here. So this is a great long. Look at this. You want stuff to move up and then pull back with consolidation, move up, pull back, consolidation. That's what a good long is. Different types of longs. So that was good. We'll see what happens with that. SNMP, Sanchez Energy. This moved late to start to float up. Float, grind, and this really took off. TGC. This is a late move after hours. SYNL, not the greatest of volume, then went sideways. WEI was another great play because this moved before. Now WEI, you can see from the previous few days, 2 level is huge here. Look at this too. Look at these candles going right to it and then knocked down. Today it went up right to 180, another dip, 190, another dip at 210 and took off. So you can draw your line this way. And you have support right here, your 1320 MA. Today's open. On this line right here, you have 190. And look how support again touches the 13, bounces. Comes up again, comes up again. So this is a really good long. And in 10 minutes, even cleaner. Look at the 10 minute. It doesn't even come close to the 13 EMA. So the whole thing is trying to get in as early as possible. Because we need to get in as early as possible. And then, if these stocks are going to take off, like they do most of the time, at least at some point they will. And then you're getting a big, huge gain. So that was WEI. ISIG was tougher. This moved really early. Pullback bounced again, Then came up really sharp at the open. Very tough though. Very tough play. Then shot right down and tried for a little bit of long again. The longs and this faded. That was a tougher play though. EXAS 114 to 140. That's an incredible game here. Exact Sciences. You can see there on the chart. Oh, look at WEI. So the WEI daily chart. Look at the volume and up days. Look at the volume. And then the volume on the down days, nothing. So this dropped, consolidated, and they bounced it. And this is another great long. This looks like the SRRK chart up, sideways, and took off. It's just, if you're in here at any point, here's the inside candle on this, your 120 line, and took off 140. Here's Hog, Harley Davidson, nice straight up move. Go down the list here. GOED, fader from pre-market. They bounced it right hard at this 12 line and right up to 17. That's a big gain. That's a $5 gain. Then look at they faded. They faded this hard today. That was like a $10 move if you could short that. Pretty crazy moves here. SPI, straight up pre-market, straight down, later pre-market, and then faded. Total pyramid, up, down. And it's the same on your 1320 MA, back and forth, your reverse and front. KFU, Mara. Down the list here. See what else we got again. Where's Neo? Neo was pretty good. You know, 2650, 27, and so that was a nice gainer. All right, so that's the top list. So, yeah, some really good gainers here. Not a whole lot, but the ones that hit really hit long. Let me see. I'm looking at CATB got smoked today. Look at this stock. I'm putting this on my list. This must have a failed something. Catabasis Pharmaceutical announces top line results for Polaris DMD, blah, 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 muscular dystrophy. Obviously was bad news. So that really got crushed. All right, so that was the list today. So, you know, market's still going down. Dow Jones finished minus 222, S&P minus 1029, NASDAQ plus 7241. Tech was up, but most of the market was down. Small caps minus 1223. The VIX 3335 plus 274. My computer just shut off. And commodities, I just had it. Commodities, gold 1907, silver is minus 4.85, 0.187, 24.38 silver, crude 38.80, minus 195. So, and right now futures is at 746 right now, East Coast. 145 minus the Dow, S&P minus 1935, tech minus 5788, small caps minus 340. VIX is holding at 3188. So we have a continued sell-off here. Stimulus, they still say, oh, we're trying to get by election. They're bullcrapping. You know, maybe after election, we'll see. Coronavirus cases in America are surging, almost like 100,000 a day. That's really causing a problem now because you don't want to close things or shut things down again. You have the election coming up, which is They're going to be very volatile. It could be violence, or it could be contested election. We'll see on that. So, you know, it's very tough right now. There's nothing to drive the market. You have earnings too. All right, so here's your move. September, then we go up. Then we're in a down phase again here. We crossed this trend line. See this? If you go all the way to March, and this was the new one, September, that, you know, it's wide out here. Touch that, it is crossing below. If we go lower here, you have 330 is the 100-day. And then, of course, 320 would be huge because that is from September. And then 315, 310-ish, your 150, 200-day. So we're crossing down on RSI. Stochastics is at 27. It's really oversold. We get under 20, it's very oversold. Histogram is crossing. You know, weekly, it was up from March the whole run. This whole run up till I would say late August. Then we went down, then we bounced, now we're going down. See, the daily chart, we went up and down. Stochastics, this is straight up. We actually crossed negative on histogram, which is not good. It looks like it's crossing down on stochastics. Yeah, if we get through there to 20, 13, we would have there like 320. So the daily. 4 hours touching at 150. Then there's nothing left on the 4 hour, which would be 330. So even in September, this dropped to the 200-day, which was that on the 4 hour. So I'm looking for 330. That would still be here and still another high. We'll see how this plays out here. NASDAQ, you have the 50-day right here, about 11,300, and this drops. You have your 100-day, and you know that September low. We'll see how that goes down. Look at stochastics crossing right down here. Dow Jones, you have the 100-day right here. 150 wants to cross the 200, which is bullish. This is crossing really hard down. It's getting oversold. The only good thing is, you know, when this stock market, everything's running up. When you're at a high from where you've been, you don't want to get in at the high. You need some pullback. Everyone wants a pullback. You get here, and here it looks like another pullback. Let me get rid of all these. Here, then here. So is this going to be like a head, sort of shoulder, and we really drop hard? We'll see. So that is on that. UVXY is looking strong still. You know, you have the 50-day right here at 20, 1950, 20. If this really heats up, you know, I'm looking towards 25, maybe 30 even. Really strong move. The VIX. The VIX broke out between your 200-day and your 50-day right here. You have, you know, previous move September. The VIX is going up. And look at this here. That was in September. On the weekly, see the weekly's going up. It's crossing up actually. You have histogram crossing up. So, you know, this is going to be a bigger move. You know, we're in a little down trend here. And two, if Biden wins the election, you know, I think we'll drop somewhat on that. So that wouldn't be good. So there's, I see it short term, and you know, we're negative again right now in futures. So that's how we stand right now. Other stocks too, Estelle, we've been watching these. Yeah, this is breaking up here. This is very strong breakout. High as it's been. SPXS. That's the wrong one. SPX. There you go. This is breaking up. Qs. It formed a cross. So, but this is still coming straight up. TZA. This is really separating hard from that, your other on stochastics line. This is moving up. Now this is a big wedge too. Like I said, a flying wedge. It's going to really break through it. If it does, look towards 19. You look towards that September move previously. So FAS is going up towards that line. They're all turning up. And the bullish side DIN line. This is broke trend line going straight down. Defend. This is broke 10. It hasn't broke 10 since June, July. A little bit in September. But this is actually breaking down. It's very bearish. Boeing. And that's because Boeing too. This follows Boeing. Boeing's breaking down. So Boeing's still in a, from that move June back and forth, it's still in this channel, sort of slightly down, not doing much. Nail's really getting crushed. Now Nail's going to be one of my favorite longs, home builders, because home builders are always going to stay strong. Back and forth. This is widening. Really big move, July to August. And then right here, the move up October. Look at this move down. This is perfectly hitting retracement levels to the 61.8. You have your 38.2 fibs. If this hits 40, this could be a buy here at 40. If you go to the other screen here, you have your 100 trying to cross above your 200, which is bullish, but it's holding a support. If this breaks below, it could a little bit. You get a 40. After that, you have the 150. There's nothing. It's really bending hard. Look at the histogram. Even Elliott wave's very slow indicator. This is like a longer term trend. It's turned negative. So this was at 64 plus. It's at 43. It's a $20 gain. You're going to be able to get in on this now, because even these moves, there's some little drops. Here was a pretty good drop. This is the biggest one yet. This is a really big drop, and you're going to get your opportunity. Look at the RSI. And, this is eventually, if it even dives, it's going to come back. But we'll get a rally. Most likely after the election, we will get a rally. And then, this is going to work its way back up. You're going to get a great gain on this. The weekly is getting very bearish. See, look how negative this is. Really diving hard in the weekly. It hasn't done this since the March move up. It bent a little bit. It's trying to cross over negative. There's your line here. This 40 line is huge from September. So that's nail. So you can see here, look at these candles, red, just diving down. Even the 4 hour now, there's like nothing. We're not sliding out. There's nothing here. There's no buy here. It's at a 157 on stochastics. A 1 hasn't been this low, I would say, since March. So it's getting crushed right now. And then we have a hurricane. It looks like it's going to hit New Orleans. I don't know how strong. I don't think that's strong, but that could knock some oil down. It could knock pipeline, not pipelines, but the oil rigs, the platforms. That could, shut down operations for a little bit. That'll hurt. So a lot of stuff going on right now. All right, so let's take a look at, see what the market's on, some longer term plays. AMD, this is right at trend line. It's coming up from oversold. So, depending on tech, still a good long, but we'll see here. DraftKings. DraftKings right now, this has been on a run like 65 almost, all the way down to 38. This is a great buy. Just depends how low it's going. Look, stochastics. This is a 515. It's extreme oversold. I would look for now. When we blew through 40, yeah, you're looking at whole numbers, major numbers 35. Let me take a look at my bigger chart. So we blew through 50 to 100 day. I don't think this is going to 30. I mean, it could. We're really going to drop that far, maybe in between that, the 35 level. So, and we'll see on that. Let me get my other list here. Let me see. Okay. Workhorse. You know, all these swings aren't going to work until the market really turns around. Some could start moving, but there's no way here. It's still going down. Excuse me. Uber is really getting crushed today. Broker trend line, or BSX, excuse me. BSX, Uber. It's caught between this huge triangle. MRK. Still down. AMC. Altria Group. This really is getting smoked. Rocket Mortgage Holding, this is oversold. I want this to hold like 20-ish. FSLY. SPAC trying to hold 10. This is another one straight down, getting crushed. SAP. Party City. You have your 200 day at 175. You know, not much below that, your 150. So these are going down hard. They're going to bounce. You're going to get a great opportunity to buy. It's just a matter of it's going to be after the election. You know, in a few days, we'll see here. Till 3 p.m. This is a Philip Morris getting smoked. Run holding. Next, even going down there. Netflix. HYLN. I love this play too. This huge wedge. There's just no stopping this. Right now, you have your 200. Right about 20, this should be a buy, but we'll see if it plays out that way. Geo. BIO. Red. CVNA, Carvana. GNMK is actually trying to move up. LCA still in the wedge. VLDR, another huge wedge. This has great potential here. There's QGen, man, it's really popped up. Top is holding. PVPR has really dropped hard. Pretty much flat stochastics, extremely oversold flat, not doing much. Pick went below the fake out. Lululemon. CLSK. CCC. This actually broke out today. That's pretty impressive. There's Trill right here. See Trill? There's a chance here. Redfin, RDFN. These are all lower volume. GRPNs are nothing Groupon. So let me see here. Looking for other plays. What's DouYu doing? DouYu. This made it move up, holding, sort of like trying to bounce back up. PDD, this is another wedge, broke right up from 70 all the way to 90. That's a great $20 gain. Holding this line. So, right now we're negative again in futures. The bearish ETFs are doing very well. See SOX. Look at this move here from the bottom. 30, it's at 35.60. Depends how high are these going now. On the 47, we get back September. You can see the line here. The highs been getting lower, lower. We broke out. Are we going to come back to maybe here? 48. This hasn't been as high as September and in March. And there's the weekly. The weekly's coming up. 4 hour is overbought buried, which means when it's overbought, it can stay buried and stay high. And if you get the other Soxel, this is the daily. This is very clean. This makes huge moves. The semis from that move in March went all the way back up, came close. This run right here, floated it strong. Look at these gap ups. Now we're straight red down. We're at 24. We're getting close to a buy here. And I would look towards on this. This makes more sense on this chart. There's the March. This is connecting. Trying to get 240. That'll be a trend line. See, this will bounce in the high. The low is getting high here. And then we come back here, it'll be 240. That'll be a great buy. Because then we'll come here, we'll probably do this, and then break back up again to test that 320. So I would keep this on my list. The 4 hour, see, there's no move sideways, nothing yet. The market's not there yet. 2 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute. You have to do is draw this line down. This one's hard. This one's like tighter. That's Soxel. UDAL is broke. This is going down hard. This is going to probably test that September move. SPXL. This could form, hit that trend line. I would look for TQQQ. Got across today. This could come to that line. If these don't come to that line, you look for to test that low from September. TNA. This is still high up here. This is almost straight down now, though. This comes all the way down. This could come to like 29. You see this puts in big rips up and down. Take this out now. This is the wedge up. See on this here, bought, then you have to get out. That was a cross at the bottom of the pattern. It took off. You're going to get another shot. It depends when we rally. Are we going to rally? Right now, the election's dead. There's no way. There's no stimulus. Cases rising. Who's going to win the election? It's got to be after November. And then we cool down. And I think we have a big December rally. And then we'll probably come down here. See, come down here into November. And then we start to go up. And then have a huge move up. So if this goes to like, this goes to like 30. And it goes back to the 40, and you can get that $5 plus on a swing. That's TNA. Here's FAS. Going up. Huge move down. Now we're going down pretty hard here. Yeah, everything's reversal. And these ETFs, you're up and down. It depends on which cycle you're in. We're in a down cycle for all these ETFs. So that's where we stand right now. All right, so that's it for now. Please subscribe and like the channel. We are out. Peace.